Hi, this is John with Computer Pro, and today I'm going to talk to you about an experience I had with Computer Associates. Now, normally, at some point here, I'm going to start talking about good experiences I have with companies, but this is only my second video blog on YouTube, which will be connected to my website, computerproaustin.org. But today I had an unusual experience with Computer Associates, which is antivirus, anti-spyware, one of the security suites that I thought people might be interested in knowing about because of the huge, abysmal problem that it was. I was called to a home in Round Rock, Texas to look at a computer. The Computer Associates had tried to run an upgrade and apparently got stuck on the upgrade process, and when they rebooted the computer, they no longer had internet access. Now, normally in a situation like that, whether it's Norton or McAfee or AVG, anything like that, you can go in and just remove it, and generally it's going to work again. Because what happened was, since this was a security suite, it had a firewall built into it. There was nothing wrong with the internet connection itself. The internet connection was showing a good, strong connection and signal, but the computer was unable to get online because of the fact that the firewall was blocking it because of its malfunction. So I went in and we checked it out and went into our bag of tricks where we have all our removal tools for different security suite programs, and there wasn't one for Computer Associates. We checked another computer in the house and went to the Computer Associates website. Now, they do have a removal tool for their program, but the problem with it is that if you try and use it, you've got to be online to do it. So if the firewall is blocking you, unless you start going in and manually editing the registry or the socket or the firewall, or look through the registry for the firewall itself, the layman's not going to be able to do anything with it. So basically we were stuck. You have to have an internet connection to remove it, and we obviously didn't have an internet connection. And so, cutting our losses and making it the best part of valor, we decided, which we don't normally like to do, we'll just reinstall the operating system for the people. Now, while we were there, they asked us to look at the other two computers which were running slow. One was the daughter's computer and one was the husband's computer. Both of them also had Computer Associates on it, which was causing the computer to run extremely slow. I strongly recommend to everybody out there, don't pay for Norton, don't pay for McAfee, don't use security suites. They drag down your computer, they use too much system resources, and the bottom line is they have things built into them like spam blockers, pop-up blockers, anti-malware, antivirus, anti-spyware, and firewalls. Now, the thing of it is number one is you can get a lot of this stuff for free, because they give it to you for free for the first year, but after the first year they want to charge you 70 or 80 bucks for it. Or with Norton, on a new computer, you'll get it free for 3 months, and then they'll want to start charging you for it. Plus, there's a pop-up blocker built into your web browser. There's a spam blocker built into your email. The majority of people use web-based email like Gmail or Yahoo or something along those lines, Hotmail. So they've got anti-spam in there. And there's a firewall built in to your operating system. Now, a lot of people are going to say, hey, that's not good enough. And you want to know what? For some people, it's not. But I work on computers all the time, and it's fine for me. Unless you've got a problem where you know somebody is targeting you, or you think you've been infected with a bot, you don't really need that extra layer of protection. Unless you're sure somebody's trying to penetrate your firewall. And then, yeah, there are definitely situations where you need it. So I strongly recommend against it. Use something like AVG free or Avast free. You can go on the site download.com, which is a CNET website. You go there, and on the right-hand side of the page, about a third of the way down, are the most popular downloads of the week. Number one is always AVG free antivirus, and number two is always Avast free antivirus. And around number 4 or 5 is Malware Bytes, which is a malware removal program, obviously. Now, all of them have paid versions. They have more bells and whistles. AVG has a security suite, and Avast has a type of security suite. But just use the free one. You're going to think you're going to get more protection. You're really not. Any virus program out there is not going to be perfect. they all have to play a certain amount of, they've got to catch up from behind, because the viruses out there, the new ones, have to be identified, and then they have to write the definitions to remove them. So there's always stuff getting through. I've never seen one program function absolutely perfectly, because it's not possible for that to happen. The malware bytes will clean out your malware, and you can get another program called CCleaner, that's 2 C's, and it'll clean out all your cookies and junk files and things like that, and you'll be set. Now, the malware bytes you can pay for $30 if you want it to run in the background, but I recommend just using the free one. That's what I use, and that's the best advice I can give anyone, is, you know, I use it myself. But again, getting back to Computer Associates, we ended up on the girls' computer, we're going to reinstall the operating system on that one too, because we can't remove the Computer Associates. It gets stuck on the removal. If you try and remove it manually, or with a removal, with something like Revo uninstaller, it's going to get you're going to have the same blockage with the firewall. It slows down the computer. And not to have a removal tool that is not web-based and is not something you can download and just plug in and use to remove it, that you have to have a web-based internet connection, is positively ridiculous. And I would strongly recommend to everybody, if it was my choice, as of today and as of this moment until something else comes along, Computer Associates is at the bottom of my list of programs to use for your antivirus, anti-spyware needs. I would take McAfee, Norton, Kaspersky, AVG, all the paid versions of anything about Computer Associates. It is a horrible program, and I would strongly advise not to use it. Today is Thursday, March 24th, 2011. I hope you all have a great night. Thank you for listening. Bye.